greatest high in 16 years is the number of people I've met, the type of people, the places I've met them, and you live with that for the rest of your life, and that's probably the greatest thing you get out of professional sport.
Congratulations, mate. Hope it really goes well for you.
Really good, thank you.
Dave, how are you, son?
Yeah, good, mate.
We come back or leave you alone?
We're pretty well right now. Sorry.
No, he tried to be a footballer, just didn't quite have it. Put a lot into trying, played very well with Melbourne High, down at Rye, Port Melbourne, didn't make it at Richmond. Jordan was more likely the boy behind him that pushed him to umpiring. Then he became more of a natural as far as fitness is concerned, running, ability. Been very proud of him. It's a big achievement.
Congratulations. All the best.
Thanks, mate.
It's great.
Appreciate it.
I didn't know that, but it was,
No, it was nice of you to come, mate.
Oh, my pleasure.
I've toned down the extrovert bit because that was part of my makeup, and it worked at the time, but as the game changes, you change with it. These days, you have a lot more empathy for the players simply because of the pressure they're under. I mean, they're under an incredible pressure to make money, the money they're being paid, to win the game, to be involved, and you treat players appropriately. No one gets treated the same. Our job's to break their concentration at times, to bring them back to earth and get them going again. If we can do that without a report or some form of penalty, we've done our job well. You know, I've had Jezelenko, I've had Stewart, I've had Bartlett's, but the guy that I hold in the highest esteem is the Terry Danaher, simply because of his attitude to the people, his attitude to the game, and his attitude after the game. You know, if my little fella grows up to be half the man that guy is, I'll be a very pleased parent. The guy was just a brilliant man, and I mean, he's still doing the same in country football. Funniest moment, there's probably a couple that stick in mind. The most recent was Tony Shaw 2 weeks ago at Collingwood. Chris McDermott come up after the week before from South Australia having some bad rib injuries. And he walked up to Tony, and Tony asked him how his injury was, and he said, oh, the ribs are pretty good. He said, well, that's good because they're going to get a bloody workout tonight in front of the umpire, you know what I mean? And the other time, of course, was Glenn James was brilliant at St Kilda Footscray many years ago. Ray Huppatz chased him up the ground with a bone. And he said to Glenn, he said, here, you've been umpiring like a mongrel dog all day. So Glenn took the bone. He said, you give me any more trouble and I'll point the bloody thing at you. Well, the players just broke up. It was fantastic. On the basis, again, Glenn being an Aboriginal, he had the most magnificent way with words. And yeah, they stick in your mind. But something happens every week. There's still a lot of humour out there. It's just that it stays out there these days. She's been a lifetime. It's been a wonderful lifetime. A lot of highs, a lot of very lows. But it's been life in itself. But the changes that have come in those years have been amazing, and where it goes in the future, I don't know either, but it's been good.